One, two, three.
Hello good people, hope you're having a fantastic day. I've seen a lot happen over the last few days. Tariffs, and now there's a 3-month reprieve from those tariffs. And really, there's one nation out there that's now trying to play hardball with the master planner, with the OG, with the shot caller, President Donald John Trump. China has nothing that America needs. Chips can be made in Taiwan, Japan, Korea. America makes chips. America makes PCB boards. America makes all digital equipment. In fact, smartphones are made in the United States. Once production doubles, triples, a 10,000% increase in production, the price will be the same as a Chinese model. So you don't need China. China makes cheap clothing, can be made in Indonesia, Vietnam now. So who needs China? China became a big sweatshop for the world. So China has nothing it can negotiate with. The other day, I looked at a BYD and a Tesla side by side. You start to notice all the BYD components look very similar to Tesla components. The Chinese building just collapsed in Thailand. The Chinese made building. It's a rubbishy. It's a lot of crap. Xi Jinping has nothing that America needs. The Democrats are now looking to launch investigations. Maybe they should look at an investigation into their open borders. And it's strange because some Democrats now are saying, and CNN, MSNBC commentators, of course, are saying, well, there was no problem under Biden and nothing has changed. What has changed? Like, they're trying to deflect again, and this is just not going to work, right? I think the American people once again have noticed that the stock market just went back up. We're looking at Nvidia, went up 10%. Okay, it's back to its level that it was before this little market correction, which happens every couple of months. There's little correction. Now, if you continue as Democrats not focusing on the people, but then again, the Democratic Party, it's the satanic sick cult. They have not been of any concern of they have no concern of the American people. And let's just get this straight. During COVID, the Democratic Party governors proved they don't care about people. They don't care about the middle class and the lower socioeconomic class. They will shut them down, but they'll keep their friends' restaurants open. They don't care, but suddenly they do. Keep your mouths shut. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, keep your mouths shut. We don't need to hear you. Bernie Sanders is no longer a functioning human being. He lost his soul. Humans have souls. He's a sellout to the Democratic Party. And I even said that in 2015. He will sell out because he has no principles whatsoever. He's a gutless coward who will bend to anybody. Especially when I saw what he did when those Black Lives Matter protesters ran up on his podium. He just walks away and gives it to him. President Trump wouldn't have done that. But the Democratic Party can't focus on the people's issues because they don't know what the people's issues are. There is not one nation in the world, other than a few little banking nations like Switzerland and the Cayman Islands, where they have gotten rich without production, without industry, without manufacturing. And I hear the Democratic Party, the seditious and treasonous Democratic Party, oligarchs and bureaucrats and politicians saying that, they're going to put Americans in sweatshops. No, because America has employment laws, not like in China. They don't really have laws. speaking to a Chinese guy who said basically every factory is partially owned by the CCP. They don't really care if the staff there get $1 an hour or $2 an hour, as long as it's cheap and they can keep making money for the top branch of the oligarchs of the CCP. That's the whole system. That's why Chinese now go buy passports to Vanuatu in an attempt to get to Australia as quickly as possible, or to get to Canada, or get out of the country as soon as possible, as soon as they can get their money out. A friend of mine told me this: as soon as they can get their money out somehow, they get out of that country because they don't like it. They've made their money. They were in a different class of people, so they were able to make their money and get out. But the poor rural workers, they can't. In fact, I was speaking to Chinese about the rural China. They go, oh, there's no power. There's no running water. An hour outside of Shanghai, there's none of that. You have to go into big cities. So China, to me, it's, who cares? Who cares? I don't care. You shouldn't care either. The Democratic Party is now screaming and arguing because they're a hate cult. The only thing they hate now is President Trump and anyone who supports President Trump. I'm pretty sure John Fetterman right now is getting a lot of phone calls from the Democrats saying, how dare you go speak to President Trump? How dare you speak to a Republican? Bill Maher's going to get it now too. I mean, he went and had dinner with President Trump. He's going to get the hate too. I can't wait to hear what Sonny Hostin at The View has to say. And Whoopi, you lost me. I thought you were fun once. Turns out you're just full of hate like Democrats. This tariff introduction it has worked brilliantly, because now everyone's coming to the White House saying, please, President Trump, let's do 0-0 or let's do 10-10. Okay, that's fine. Is brilliant, because it's dropping the tariffs America pays on foreign goods. Okay? But also, it's making it easier for Americans to enter foreign markets. Manufacturing of American products will return. The factories are still there. They just need to be set up and get operating again. It's not as though it can't. The tariff money coming in already is enough to probably fund 1,000 factories across the United States. There's not much to worry about. Democrats are just doing their big Democratic Party dance. We suddenly care about the small person, when the historical evidence is they don't care about you. They never will. And I'm not saying Republicans are any better, but at least President Trump understands Americans need jobs. You can't get wealthy without manufacturing, without industry, without producing things. So how do we get that back? Well, let me pull an OG move on the world and have the world come to me and beg for forgiveness and mercy. And I'll give it to them as long as they do a little something for me. This is a big OG shot caller move. You can't do this if you're not President Trump, because you don't have the principles, you don't have the fortitude, you don't have the animalistic power of who you are to do this. President Trump will do this, and it's just a fantastic move. And in about 3 months, the American Renaissance will start. And that is what the Democratic Party in the United States fear the most. A great American Renaissance where America starts to become that industrial revolutionary country again. Because then there's no reason to vote for them. You're making money. Everyone's making money. People are applying for jobs. Factories are opening up. Who would vote for them? What do they have to offer? We'll put some tampons in a male bathroom. We'll give you free transgender surgery. Is that it? We'll put pornographic books in your elementary school library. Is that all they've got? What else do they have? Oh, we'll let men run in women's races. What else do they have? What is their platform, their policy? Nothing. That's why they're a sick and seditionist, treasonous cult that only care about themselves and will do anything to stop any American Renaissance period, because that will prove that they are completely superfluous to the needs of Americans. Alright, good people, so let's just keep watching President Donald John Trump make OG shot caller moves. Oh, I'm Australian. I wish President Trump could run for Prime Minister in Australia and in the UK as well, because that kind of seems like a complete cuckold to the New World Order and international globalism. He even looks like he has no idea. You know, he looks like a deer in headlights. Get rid of him. You need somebody like Nigel Farage who has some bloody principles. You know, what happened in France to Marine Le Pen? She needs to be Prime Minister. She needs to be the President of France. You know, the whole world needs a shake-up now. It needs principled, conservative people who are saying our nation first. It doesn't mean we don't hate other nations. It means we're going to look after ourselves first. And send all these illegal aliens back to wherever they came from, because they don't fit in culturally and they never will. Alright, good people. So have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.